Before we move forward, before we have a look at how do we proceed, how do I concentrate on phase 1, paper 1 plus paper 2, what are the various sections, what are the various topics under it, I want you guys, each one of you, to remember 6 points, okay? I'll just take 5, not even 5 minutes, maybe 2 to 3 minutes to quickly move through these 6 points, which are very important. So please do keep your concentration here. First thing, okay, marks obtained in phase 1 shall be used for shortlisting of the candidates and it is not going to be counted for final selection. What do we infer from that? Phase 1 exam is qualifying in nature, guys, okay? So you need to make sure you clear the cutoff, okay? But more concentration should go to phase 2. But again, having said that, we have a very, very good advantage this year that your syllabus of paper 2 is the same for phase 1 and phase 2. So when you're preparing for phase 1, automatically you're going to be preparing for phase 2. So that's a very big advantage, guys. Please keep that in mind.
Now, we are moving on to the practical scenario of cash flow. When I talk about cash flow, as I said earlier, cash flow statement is divided into 3 components. All right, 3 components. What does it? Those are all operating activity, investing activity, and financing activities. And if you see here, we have used the word called net cash flow. When we talk cash flow, it is always net cash flow. What does mean by net cash flow? It is nothing but cash inflow minus cash outflow. What does it mean? It is simple. Say for example, I am running a grocery shop, right? So what will I do? Grocery shop means I will sell vegetables. So every day I'll go to a market, I'll purchase vegetables from the wholesalers and then I'll come to my shop and then I'll sell it to my customers. In this case, every day there are 2 activities involved. What are those? I'll go to the market and I will purchase vegetables. All right. And I'll come back to my shop. I will sell it to my customers and that is called sales. All right. When I do purchase, what I'm doing, I am paying out cash. All right. I'm paying out cash. Yeah. Now, when I'm doing sales, I am getting cash in because my customers will pay for the vegetables what they take, right? So what is happening here? I'm receiving cash. To section 41. Before going into this particular section, first we will see what is meant by prospectus and what is meant by allotment of securities. Prospectus means it is nothing but a document which gives details regarding your issue. Issue here means we always use the word issue or offer, all those things. What is meant by issue? What is meant by offer? Both are one and the same. Issue means the company is going to issue or give shares and they are going to take money from you, right? Objectives of cost center, objectives of cost accounting. So now, first one, what would be the first objective? Ascertainment of cost, guys. Why I am doing this? I want to know how much I incurred for manufacturing one. Suppose I'm manufacturing a pencil. All right. Now I should know how much I incurred to manufacture one pencil. Why you want to know that, guys? Then only you can keep your selling price. Then only you can make sure how much profit you have earned. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult, guys. Without cost, you cannot determine your selling price, right? Suppose, for example, to manufacture one pencil, I incurred, say, 3 rupees. How much I incurred? 3 rupees. Now I will say that at least so much effort I have put, I need a profit of, say, 1 rupee or 1 rupee 50 paise I need. All right. Now what will happen? I'll keep 1 rupee profit. Now what will I say? I need profit of 1 rupee and I incurred to manufacture that pencil is 3 rupees. Now, then what should be my selling price? How much I should give it to the customers? Then if I sell it at 4, then 3 rupees towards cost it will go and 1 rupee towards me, that is profit I will earn. So my selling price, my basis for my selling price is coming from where? Coming from my cost. You're getting it? The main objective of the cost accounting is ascertainment and fixation of selling price and profitability. All right.
Now you have 2 pizzas and 3 burgers here and 2 burgers and 3 pizzas here. When I ask you for choosing one among them, you would initially say, I would like to have 2 pizzas and 3 burgers. When I ask you, would you mind having 2 burgers and 3 pizzas? Because, say, I don't have the stock of this one pizza. Instead, I would like to give you a burger. You would say, okay, I don't mind, right? So you don't mind having any of these combinations here. You would say, I don't see a major difference. Okay, fine, I'm fine with it, right? So that is what indifference curve analysis states here. Indifferent curve analysis talks about indifference choice. We have an indifference schedule here. This market structure will give the producer a basic idea of pricing his product. You know that pricing is very, very important, right? How it is important? When you are pricing a product, it basically determines what is the sales that you're going to get or what is the profit that you're going to get. Wrong pricing would actually kick the product or the producer out of the market because the consumers will not be buying it. Situation is such that the producer will have to check on the market condition where market structure gives him a basic idea of pricing the products. Having understood this, we will move on to the concept of market, where we usually refer to fruit market, vegetable market, or a flower market, right? By markets, we regularly mean these things or these markets. But in economics, markets, apart from this means, market is a system.
Types of ESOPs. What does it mean? Once the company has said that we are going to give, this entire program is called as employee share based payment plan. Guys, you're paying the employee not in cash, but instead of share. All right. Suppose you are paying him salary of 1 lakh and you will say, I will give you an option to buy my shares. So that is also payment for me, right? For as a company, that is an expense to me. That is a payment to me. All right. So that is called employee share based payment plan. It is divided into 3 categories: equity settled, cash settled, or with cash alternatives. What is meant by equity settled? Now, first we will understand what is it. What is meant by accounting? Accounting means it's simple. It's a bookkeeping. Whatever you do, whatever is your income, whatever you spend, from whom you have given, how much you have to receive, all those things you just write it in your notebook. Even nowadays you prepare an Excel, right? So that is called accounting. If we do it in certain manner, in a format, using little their rules, then that is called as accounting. All right, simple language. Next, always in accounts we use the word double entry system. What is it? Double entry system, guys. Always there, if a transaction, suppose tell for example, you are asking money from your mother. So here two people are involved. One is yourself and another is your mother, right? So now both the parties you have to record it in your books. Correct? Suppose you received money from your mother. Right? Now in this case, what happens? There are two things. What is happening? Cash is coming in. Who is giving you? Your mother is giving you. All right. So in your accounts book, you always write, okay, now for example, you got 1,000 rupees. All right. So what will happen? You have cash of 1,000 in your hand. All right. But also the same time, you have to repay your mother sometime later this 1,000 rupees, right? So you have to keep a track of it.